everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll be working on graphing lines in slope-intercept form, and we'll be using the formula y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to always start with the b in the back, which is our y-intercept. Okay, this is where we will always start. Begin. We begin in the back. You see how all those words start with the letter B? We begin with the number in the back. Okay. So here we have the number in the back, and remember we're always going to include that sign with it. We have a -4. This is our y-intercept. We're always going to start with the number in the back, the y-intercept. Your y-intercept is where it crosses your y-axis. We have our x and y-axis here. So on this line here, we're going to put a point on -4. Right there. That's where we always begin with a number in our back at our y-intercept. Okay? So then from our y-intercept, we look at our slope. This number here. We have 1 over 3. That is our slope. That means to move up 1 and over 3. Up and over. That's what rise over run is. Up and over. It's telling you the number on the top is to move up or down, and the number at the bottom is to move over. Okay? So here we go. Starting from our y-intercept, we're going to move up 1, and we're going to move over 3. 1, 2, 3. You see? Okay. And then we're just going to draw a line through it. We'll just draw our line going right through there, just like that. Okay? So here we have our line. So just to check our work, all we have to do is say, okay, my slope is positive here. If I draw my person here like this, is he walking up the hill? Yes, he is. So my slope is positive. Now let's see if it's right. Our y-intercept is -4. So on my y-axis, I'm on -4. Okay? And from this point, I'm going to count up 1, 1, and over 1, 2, 3. My slope is 1 over 3. Okay? Our line is now graphed. Let's check out another one. All right, guys, so let's look at this. All right, remember the first number we're looking at is the number in the back, or y-intercept. We're looking at the sign and the number. Okay? And that's where we cross this y-axis here. I'm just going to label my graph with my x and y axis. So now let's look. My number in the back here is my +1. That's my y-intercept, +1. So I'm going to find +1 on this y-axis. Okay? Sometimes your lines here will like skip numbers, and you can just fill them in if you want. Or you can just count. You know that this is the first one. Okay? This is number 2, this is number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? So, but my y-intercept is on +1. So I'm going to put this right here. Okay? And now that we did that, now let's look at the next thing that we have, a +2. This is called my slope, okay? However, slope has to always be written as a fraction. So when they just give you a number like this, always write it with the number 1. So this slope here is really 2 over 1. It's always an imaginary 1 if this is not a fraction, okay? So from here, we have +2, so we're going to move up to 1, 2. And then we go over 1 and put a point there. And we can actually keep doing it if you want. We can go up 2 again, 1, 2, over 1 again. Okay, and put a point there. That's what rise over run is. Every time we move up this amount of spaces and over the amount of spaces at the bottom, we will make another point or we will touch a line. All right, so now let me just draw my line going through there. And then we'll go back and check our work to see if we're right. Here I go. And now let's see. My y-intercept is +1. I got that here. My slope, let me draw my slope man. Here we go. He's walking up the hill. My slope is positive. Okay. So now let's walk up from my y-intercept. Let's walk up to 1, 2, over 1. You see how I touch my line? Let's do it again. Up 2, over 1. You see how I touch my line? Okay. There we go. So we are all done with this one. Let's try another one together. Okay. So this equation here looks a little bit different. Okay. It looks a little tiny bit different. Do y'all see what's different with this? Okay. I see it. Our slope is negative. So we're going to talk about what to do when we see a negative slope and we're graphing. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. As always, the number in the back. The back here we have a plus 5. So we're going to go to our y-axis here and go to plus 5 on it. Right here. Okay. And this time, when we're looking at our slope, we have a negative 1/2. So remember how we did up and over before? Since we have a negative, we're going to go down and over. Okay? So let's go down 1. And still, we're always going to move to the right. Moving to the right 2. Okay? Let's do it again. Since it's negative, we're going to go down 1. And we're going over 2. And now let's draw a line. We can keep going if you want. Let's do one more. Down 1, over 2. There we go. Now I'm going to draw my line going through it. Okay. So now let's go back and check our work and see if everything looks good. This isn't the best line, but we get the point. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Our y-intercept is 5. Yep, it's on the 5. I'm going to draw my slope man just to make sure my slope is negative because here our slope is negative. Okay. So I draw my slope man here. Is he walking up or down the hill if he starts walking? He's going to be walking down. Okay. So let's start from our y-intercept and move down because we're walking down. All right. So let's go down 1 and then over 2. Do we touch the line or touch our point? Yes, we do. From that point, let's go down 1 again and over 2. We touch our point and we touch our line again. Down 1 and over 2. Same thing here. All right, so let's take a look at another one that looks kind of similar. If you want to pause my screen, if you have graph paper, you can try to draw this on your own, or you can just follow along with me. Okay? Okay. So let's start the number in the back as always. We have a plus 4. We have our y-axis here. Let's go to plus 4 on it. Put a point there. Okay. Now let's look at our slope. Remember, slope has to be a fraction. So what does this negative 3 turn into? There's always an imaginary number 1 underneath if it's not a fraction already, okay? So we have negative 3 over 1. So let's start here. And since it's negative, you think we're going to move up or down? We're going to move down. So let's go down 1, 2, 3, and then let's go over 1 to the right. There we go. Let's do it again. Let's go down 1, 2, 3, and let's move over 1. You can keep going and doing that forever and ever if you wanted to until your graph ended. Okay? And I'm just going to draw my line going through here. There we go. Now let's check our work to make sure everything is correct. We have a plus 4 on our y-intercept. Good. I'm going to draw my slope man. Remember, I always draw them on the left-hand side, wherever the line starts on the left. So right up here. Okay? If I draw him, is he walking up the hill or down the hill? He's going to be walking downhill. So let's go down. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's our negative 3. Now let's go over 1. 3 over 1. There we go. Negative 1, 2, 3 over 1. And I know it's negative because I'm moving down. And my slope man is walking downward. Okay? Let's try one that looks a little bit different than this. Okay? What's different here? Remember, we always start with the number in the back. Do we have a number in the back? I don't see one. So when you see one like this, that means you're going to start at the origin. Okay, your y-intercept is 0. You don't have one. So we're going to start at the origin. That means our line is going to be going through the origin. All right, so from the origin, let's look at our slope here. We have a negative 2 slope. Okay, our slope is negative 2. Remember, we have to turn that into a fraction. So we're going to add our 1 underneath. So here, at our origin, we're going to go down 2 because our slope is negative 2. So let's move down 2 and over 1. And we can keep doing that. Let's move again. Down 2, over 1. Down 2, over 1. Okay, let me draw my line through it. Our y-intercept is 0 because we don't have one back here. There's a number back here. So we started at the origin, okay? And our slope is negative 2 over 1. So let's go down to over 1. I touched my point. Down to over 1. Same here. Down to and over 1. Let's try one more together, okay? And this is another one that doesn't have a y-intercept, but our slope is positive. So I want it to go over 1 like this, okay? Since we already know there's no y-intercept, we're starting right here in the origin, right there in the middle, 0, okay? And this time our slope is positive. So we're going to move up. Let's move up 1, and we're going to go over 2 because our slope is 1 over 2. Same again, up 1, and we're going to go over 2. Let's do one more. Up 1, and we're going to go over 2. Then we could draw a line through it. And you could check your answer. Okay, so go ahead and let's start at the origin because we don't have a y-intercept, it's 0. And now let's go up 1 because our slope is 1, up 1, and it's over 2. Do I touch a point? I do. I could do it again. Let's move up 1 and over 2. Remember the number in the numerator, the top of your fraction is telling you to move up or down. Okay, and the number at the bottom is telling us to move over. Okay, so up 1, over 2. Okay. Hopefully this video made this easier for you. I'll see you guys next time. Do not forget to subscribe and to like. Thank you.